Good morning, March 20th again, 8:10 a.m. So I don't know who posted this question for number six, but I'm going to answer it anyway. So, and like I stated before, you want to make sure that you are indicating the congruent lines with hash marks and congruent angles with arcs to make sure we can follow suit in which triangle postulate we should be able to use. It says that given line PQ's parallel to line ST. So with that one, what you want to do is right away, this symbol here is what's used for parallel lines. So we're showing that line PQ is parallel to line ST. And then they already gave us the hash marks to say that line PR is congruent to line TR. So we have those that are already congruent here. And right away, we can see that we have two vertical lines. So we have, I guess, SRT and, PRT. These are both vertical lines here. But we're going to come to that in a minute. So we have our statements of reasons. First, they give it to us. They tell us that segment PR is congruent to segment TR, and that was given. And then now, for the second one, we got to go, we just might as well just list the givens first. So now we want to say that our line PQ is parallel to our line ST, because that'll set up the next one that we have to do. And then now for our step 3, this is where the question comes in. They provide us that angle P is congruent to angle T. So then now, go ahead and indicate those angles with, let's go 2 hash marks here, angle P and angle T. Let's do it in a different color. I don't want to do that. Let's do a different color. Keep this here. Now let's go, I want to go black, I want to go red. So now they say that angle P is congruent to angle T. And if we look at that here, let's see, if we have S and T are the parallel lines, ST and PQ are the parallel lines, and then if that is if ST and PQ are the parallel lines, that means that based upon where those angles are, that line PT is the transversal. So if you can kind of maybe ignore QS, we have PQ being parallel to ST. So we have something that looks like this. So we have PQ, ST, and then PT. So if you need to every now and then, like draw something like this, like maybe take apart a piece of the proof and see exactly what you're looking for. So then we say that line here, that this would be P on this side, and this would be T on this side. And then what do those look like? Based upon our angles for my parallel lines and transversals unit, you have your parallel lines here, you have your transversal, and these are on opposite sides, the angles opposite sides of the transversal inside the parallel lines. So of course those are going to have to be alternate interior angles. So these are going to be alternate interior angles are congruent. So that's where P and T come from, is that if you kind of take apart this proof, you can see that angle P and angle T are alternate interior angles based upon PT being the transversal. Now for step 4, we already kind of highlighted it earlier, and then now we're going to say that the reason, I'm just kind of skip to the reason, I'm going to say vertical angles are congruent, right? Because I can see that I have some vertical angles here. Vertical angles are congruent. But now let's make sure we state it properly. So I'm going to start from the angle that we highlighted as being a part of those alternate interior angles, because you want to name these angles in the correct order. So I'm going to start with P, PRQ. So I'm going to say that angle PRQ is congruent to. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to start with the angle T, the one that's also in red, TRS. You want to follow the same order. Let's go. Is congruent to angle TRS, and those are vertical angles are congruent. So now we can get to the last part of this proof, and then we have that triangle PQR is congruent to triangle TRS. And then now if we look at this here, I'm going to do this in another color, do this in green. We have an angle here, we have a side here, angle here, angle here. So we have ASA to prove this triangle proof. So this is ASA. So I would think that just as you are drawing these angles, kind of highlight them the way I'm doing them here, so that way you can see exactly on each individual triangle what parts are congruent. So you can see exactly which parts that you want to use. So this one's congruent by ASA. So I hope that answers that question, how angle P is congruent to angle T. That's going to be from alternate interior angles. Once you break apart this proof and provide it and visually see exactly what you need to be able to solve, because that line QS can make it kind of confusing because you don't need it for that one particular part. So every now and then, take apart your proof and draw what you need to make it make more sense for you.